All right, Ep.6. Boop, 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 boop. Heading into Gay Pride weekends.
Yes, I put a little frame.
Yes,
Multiple reasons why I have a frame, but I put a little frame.
I want to know how you did that because I don't know about the frames. I've kind of been off of Zoom for a while. Like now that I'm like in person working, I'm not on the Zoom as a much, so I don't know about all these fancy things. I love this. This is so cute. You look like someone on like CNN with your fun little backgrounds and your border. Like, what is this?
Live from Staten Island.
Life for Brooklyn. It's my little flowers in the background that they're slowly wilting. Every day I'm like, I'm gonna water them more. And then I'm like, every day I let them down.
Yeah. That's me and my daughter's hamster. I'm a clean your cage girl.
Oh.
And every day she's like,
oh no.
I'm like, go to sleep. And she's like, can we give her a shower tomorrow? And I was like,
take care of her, Crystal.
That's not my hamster.
Crystal, you can expect a child to take care of a hamster.
She could feed her. She could give her water. She doesn't.
Crystal, you expect too much. You got to do all the work. You're the mom. You got to clean.
She can't take the water bottle and put water in it and then put food in the bowl. Like that's not.
I'm not gonna like trust her to do it like every day.
She doesn't have to feed her every day. At least once a week.
Wait, no, that's wrong.
You don't feed them every day. You put food in their bowl. And then they fill their little cheeks and she hides it in places. And then 2-3 days, okay, maybe like twice a week. 2-3 days, you're like, okay, I have to put some more food in the bowl. I don't feed her every day, then she would die from overfeeding.
I have to look into this.
Okay, as someone who's had a hamster for multiple years, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna call
if you feed them too much, they will die.
I'm gonna call AHS.
Okay. Okay. Now you're gonna have me Google it so I can tell you. Damn. Hold on, everyone. We'll get into now because she out here making me look stupid. How
often should you feed a hamster? Because I had a hamster as a kid and I don't know. My mom took care of it.
So see,
because she wouldn't trust a child to take care of this living thing, like 5. Oh my God, no. How often should you feed?
Hamsters can survive for around 3 to 4 days without any food or water. It also says you should feed it every day, but we give her a bowl of food. And she can't eat that whole bowl of food every day.
Aren't you got to give her like kale or something, or like hay?
No, I give her hamster food.
I don't know. We had guinea pigs also. We fed them like little like kale.
Did you feed them or did your mother feed them?
My mom got the kale. She Googled all of this. Well, it was before Google existed. So she went to the encyclopedia and went to the library and took out books on how to care for guinea pigs. And we had turtles, and then she hatched turtle eggs. She not Googled because there was no Google. She went to the library and found out how to hatch turtle eggs. And so she made a little incubator out of an egg carton and stuff. And yeah. So that's fun. Anyways, let's jump right in.
Do you have any updates?
I mean, it was my birthday. Yay! Birthday!
Glitter. How was your birthday? I'm gonna pretend like I wasn't there. Like I don't know what happened. How was your birthday?
My birthday was fine. I made the mistake of working on my birthday, and every person who I encountered on that day was like, "Why are you working on your birthday?" And I was just like, "Well, I don't want to waste a day. Like, I don't have enough days yet. It's fine." And they were just like, "That's a mistake, girl." And it's funny because one of my friends he asked me later on, like, "How was your birthday?" And I was like, "I should have never worked." And I learned my lesson. He's like, "Well, now you know. Now you know." I was like, people didn't give a shit. They're like, oh, happy birthday. And they're like, so we have all of these issues for you to deal with. Could you please do that? Thank you. Also, we're gonna call you during your birthday dinner if that's okay at 7:30 because there's a lot going on.
Okay, so here's my question, right? So like what made you think that they would care?
Not that they would care, but I thought they would kind of be like, oh, okay, it's her birthday. She probably like she's gonna leave early. Like, let's okay, maybe this could wait for tomorrow.
You're mistaking the theater job for everywhere else. They care. They'll take it easy on you if it's your birthday. They'd be like, oh my God, it's your birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Shots. Everywhere else, they don't care.
It is so funny though how little people give a fuck about your actual birthday. Like truly, like I don't give a fuck about anybody's birthday. Like whatever it's not your birthday, you're like, who fucking cares? Like, oh, it's your birthday. Can you mop these floors? Can you go and like take this trash out already? Like, okay, happy birthday, thank you. Like nobody really cares.
It's interessante that you say that. It's like no one cares. No one like no one slowed their roll on my birthday, but I honestly don't care about anyone else's birthday.
No, but everybody at my job, we're all a bunch of Geminis, and like 6 people we had our birthdays like within the past week. So
that's your issue. It's a grouping of Gemini.
We're all like very chaotic energy. Like guys, guess what?
No, see, at my job, it's Scorpio, Cancer. I forget what the other person is. So there's 3 Scorpios, 3 Cancers, and I forget what the other 3 are.
Not a Cancer. There's a Pisces. I was asking people what their signs are, and so one guy was like, "I better know what your sign is. I bet you're a Scorpio because you're mysterious." And he was like, "No, I'm a Pisces." And I was like, "A Pisces." A Pisces man. He was like, yeah, I know, everybody always says it. I don't know why my sign is so bad. And I'm like, well, just know that it is, and that's okay.
Coming from a Gemini,
it just okay. Is.
Coming from a Scorpio, just know that it is, and that's okay.
Pisces man. Gotta back out of that conversation. Any updates for you?
Amina had a dance audition for placement today, and she made it back on the team. Not that was going to be a question.
She's so good.
Yeah, so she
did her recital.
She did do her recital. She did well. She was nervous. And I was like, how could you be nervous? You were competing since like March. She's like, I know, but at the competitions, there were like just the judges and like the parents, but this is like a theater full of people. And I was like,
yeah. Fair. Yeah. It was a lot.
Someone mentioned like, oh, the kids might be nervous because like the judges are the judges, but these are like their family and friends. And so,
well, like, yeah, because I feel like kids you don't know the judges, and you also maybe don't like understand, like, especially little kids, like the importance of like what the judges like do. So you're just sort of like, oh, okay, like 3 adults I'm dancing in front of. But then when it's like a full theater, you're like, oh, look, 300 people staring at me.
And you know, it's funny, I said that today when we went to lunch for my brother for Father's Day, and she was talking about it. I was like, okay, but like, because my sister-in-law was like, but isn't she on a dance team? I said, you know why? Because humans are self-centered, and even if they're part of a team, they think that everyone is paying attention to them specifically, and that's not the case. And so that's the issue.
That's why I couldn't be on a dance team. I would be like, but it's me. I'm the star. Is that her?
I hope not. Hold on.
Get to sleep.
No, I told her to stay in her room and stay in the room with my mom.
You know, she asked me last week in the car, she's like, are you guys doing your podcast still? And I'm like, yeah, I think I can't remember if she asked if she could join or not, but it felt like it was going that way. And I was just like,
yeah, she was like, why can't I just stay in your room? Why do you think I'm gonna distract you? Said you just can't be in the room.
Yeah, she's one of those kids that like you give her a
Music.
hand and she just takes the whole arm. Like,
Hey
okay, you could be in
everybody.
here. And then when she's in here, she's like, hey guys, can I show you something that I drew? I'm actually gonna take 40 minutes to show you my book of pictures. Thank you. Also, I'm gonna do a cartwheel. Thank you. Like,
that was my favorite part of yesterday. Did
that's
you
what
see
you're
my daughter? Did you see my daughter? Yeah, she's cartwheeling on the red carpet.
on the red carpet.
But how many kids can say that? Not that many. Cartwheeling
On
on the
the
red carpet.
Tribeca. Yesterday was the last day, closing
Yeah,
day, Tribeca Film Festival. That last screening was something.
it was something.
It was the Nas directed docu series. Is that a series?
It's a 3-part series, I believe.
About the Supreme team. It was a rowdy crowd.
I was telling the other house manager, so you know that song Ghetto Superstar, Maya Praz, and ODB. And so
A favorite.
ODB says Supreme Team Dream, one of those combinations, right? And so this whole time I'm like, who is the Supreme Team? Okay, I thought he was just like calling them the Supreme Team. And then
Word.
it clicked. I was like, oh, he's giving, I believe, a shout out to the Supreme Team in this Nas docuseries.
I didn't know who they were, to be honest. I'm not from Queens.
So what's funny is that the house manager, one of the ushers lives in Queens, and the other usher was like, oh, something, because he's like, oh, I have to take some train to get home. And so she was like, oh, you live in Queens? And so the house manager was like, yeah, he's part of the Supreme Team. So me, the other house manager, and the usher all laughed, but this other usher was like, I don't get it. He's like, oh, it's a joke. It was a joke. She's like, yeah, sometimes I don't get jokes. And I was like, wait. I was like, because the Supreme Team is from Queens. And she was like, no, they're not. I was like, yes, they are. She's like, no, they're not. And then I think she Googled it. And she's like, oh, wait, you're right. Like, we're telling you the joke for a reason. She got it eventually.
Well, it was that kind of night. I didn't know who they were. I realized all this time, like every like song with a rapper that from the East Coast that shouted out Supreme Team, and I just thought like that was just like a thing people said, like a term, like we're the Supreme Team, like like I don't know,
like an adjective,
like, yeah,
not like a gang.
I didn't know it was an actual gang, a drug gang, a like highly intelligent, like they had operations like super sophisticated. I was like, what?
So guys that are listening, guys and gals and everyone in between, if you are interested in a docuseries co-directed by Nazir Nas Jones about the notorious Supreme Team gang from Queens that ran Queens in the, I believe, 80s and 90s.
It was like the early, it was like I think it was like, yeah, the late 70s and 80s.
Give it a look. I watched part of it. I had to walk out because there was too much happening. And so,
there was so much
not from the screen, but the people at the
screen. The people were live. Oh my gosh.
So I was like, I'm gonna go look for food now.
I'm gonna say this. People, first of all, Nas, we're giving you a shout out. What is this on? Do you know? Is it on Hulu or like?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll look it up while we're talking, and then at the end.
But we're giving a shout out. So if you could like hook us up with something, I don't know. Like I helped seat you, if that means anything. I mean, like I shone a flashlight at your feet, so clearly that has to count for something. But I just want to take this time to ask a question to people who show up late to things. I'm one of those people who shows up late all the time. I'm always late. But people who show up like at the very end of something, like, are you someone who shows up 10 minutes before the movie ends or the show ends? If so, why? Where you even go? What is the reason? I can't understand it. You like, it started at 5 and now it's 7:00. Like, why even come here? Yeah, like just go out to eat at this point because it's over. I think about it every single time it happens, and it happens like often, and I'm just like, But why?
Before we get into the first topic, it's gonna be on Showtime.
Showtime. Showtime. Give us some love.
Do you want me to say the names of both topics since I picked them, or do
You did pick them. Go
Are you
ahead.
happy with them?
I am happy with them.
Okay, good. It's too late to change now.
We're not changing it.
Okay.
No, actually, I hate it, but let's just go through with that.
But that is something that we both. Anyways, so topic 1 is, if it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad?
A classic Sheryl Crow song, right?
Sheryl Crow.
Am I right? Any Sheryl Crow fans out there?
And the
I listen to her all the
why
time.
I listen to her every once in a while, but this song really does it to me. And the reason why this is actually like it's like the topic is actually the actual lyric that's the actual like what we're gonna talk about, because one day we were talking about this song and we're talking about that line, and we both realized that the other person interpreted it completely different. And so I was like, that's very interesting. And then how the way that we each interpreted that line, actually the whole line, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. If it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad? And so we realized that how we both interpreted it, we've subconsciously applied it to the rest of our lives.
I mean, I guess.
Like,
yeah.
So, okay. Like, if you think about it, like the way that we navigate, like how, so like, okay, so go ahead. You tell the people how you interpret that line.
So I always took it as, if it makes you happy, then it can't be that bad. Like, you know what? If this is what you want, right? I'll go along with it, because how bad can it be if it makes you happy? And that could be anything, like from having like a threesome or something, like I don't know, like anal or something, or like even like I don't know, anything like that. Like there's something that you want to do. Oh, let's go to the ballet. I don't want to go to the ballet, but you know what? If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. But then don't sulk about it afterwards, because I did this for you. I didn't even want to do this. I didn't want to, rinse out my butt, but I did. But now you're upset. I had to listen to a whole Sheryl Crow song to get myself pumped up, and now what's going on? Like, that's how I always took it, like that, of like, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. I'll do it. I'll go along with it, because it can't be that bad. And I guess I went along with a lot of things in life, thinking like, well, it makes them happy. Cheating.
Topic for another day, maybe. Because that's a whole episode. Just dropping that, just salt baying it into the conversation. And see that exactly. And so like my interpretation of that, more specifically, if it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so mad?
It's sad. Isn't it sad?
No, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? Yes. So my interpretation was, you did it, okay? Why are you complaining? Because if it made you happy, why are you now mad? Like, you don't come complain to me. You chose to do this thing that you knew could potentially make you upset, could potentially backfire in your face, could potentially ruin whatever. Don't come now crying because you're not. If it made you happy, it can't be that bad. If it made you happy, why the hell are you so sad? Like, why are you so sad? You went out there, okay, and did what you did. Everyone warned you not to do it. You did what you did. Now you want to come? No, thank you. back the hell up. And that and that's how because for me it's like I try not to complain, right? There are things that I've done in my life that's just like, yeah, this wasn't the best choice, but I made this choice. So I can lament to an extent, bars, lament to an extent. Everyone get that on a shirt. I can lament to an extent, but what I'm not going to do is go and cry and whine and throw fits and throw a tantrum over a choice that I made. I made the choice.
Word.
I made the choice. Let me be happy with, like, I'm going to be happy with the I'm not going to be happy. Obviously, if I'm going to make a choice instead of later on,
you got to accept it.
Accept it. Like, don't, because there are so many people that I know that are just like, oh, no, like, please shut up.
I think it's funny that you're taking it in a way that normally I would, like in a very like angry, like defensive way, like, no, this is what you wanted, so be quiet. And I'm like, well, if it makes you happy, I'll just go along with it. Like, it feels like normally that would be the reverse. But
see, no, that's the thing too. Like, I get that part too, because but it still leaks into what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, if it made you happy, it can't be that bad. We did this. You wanted to do it. We did this. You really wanted to do it. Why are you complaining? I remember this one time. Let me tell you something. I remember this one time I had an ex in college. And I forgot what we were doing. And he was trying to get me upset, right? And so he was like, you know what? I'm gonna get with your friend, right?
Whoa, that took a turn.
So I was like, because he was trying to like get me mad, because he thought if he got me mad, I'd be more passionate. And there's the reverse of it, okay? And so,
men, are you okay?
And so
no.
I was just like, I immediately, because of the way that I am, I immediately went to that friend and I was like, hey, so my ex,
hey girl,
hey. So my ex trying to make me upset to give the fire, turn on the Scorpio, was like, he's gonna sleep with you. And she cackled, and so did I. And my friend goes, you have a better chance at getting with me than he does. And I was like, I know this. And then I went to go tell him. And he's like, why would you tell her? And that's not funny. No. If it made you happy.
Would you said it?
You said it. If it made you happy, why are you so upset?
Out here threatening me. And now I go and say something and now you're mad, you're embarrassed, because of course nobody wants to fuck you because you're weird and gross. Sorry you're embarrassed, but you should be, to be honest.
If it made you happy, it can't be that bad. And why the hell are you so sad? I'm just like, you know me. I one of my foibles, foibles, such a funny word. One of my quirks is that I, to an extent, I have in the past gone along with things that I didn't necessarily want to go along because, like, oh, it makes the person happy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another thing. It made you happy. I did it. I told you I'm only doing this because it's going to make you happy. Now, if I have a face, don't come at me. I'm trying my best. I did not want to go skydiving. Okay. I told you this. But you want to go skydiving. You don't want to go by yourself. So I went skydiving.
Would you ever go skydiving?
Absolutely not. No.
I was thinking that, like, I don't think that's for me. Like, as much, what was that Keanu movie? Point Break?
Sure.
Where they all go skydiving. Like, that looks fun and all, but like for me personally, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm fine on the ground. Like, I don't have like this huge desire. Like, I keep seeing people doing it. They're like, oh my God, it was so exhilarating. But like,
one of my other best friends went skydiving for her birthday. I forget which one. I don't know if it was like the 30th or the 30th.
Yeah, people do that a lot for their birthday.
And it had to be her 30th because I was pregnant when she did.
Oh, so like, sorry girl, but you're obviously not invited.
And I was like, I'm not I'd go to support you from the ground, But then my daughter's father wanted to go, and I was like, "You're definitely not going up there because if you die, am I gonna raise this child by myself?" Womp womp.
I was gonna say that was a good one because there you are, and he's not dead. Oh gosh, life, man.
So funny. Anyways, so but when they told me that they had to sign a contract and it says whether they're not responsible for any death caused by like weather or an act of God, it's the act of God part.
An act of God.
I was like
a sudden like thunderstorm or like a windstorm or like I don't know what else would be an act of God. Like what if you're like instructor like has a stroke and just like has a heart attack? Oh no, who's opening the parachute or whatever the fuck? Like it's too much. I don't want to do something if like one thing goes wrong and I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean living in general.
I mean, I was gonna say like living, sure, but I feel like for the most part, you not as likely as like I'm falling through the sky right now. Like if something doesn't happen, I'm dying.
But again, if it makes you happy.
Crystal, if I want to go skydiving for my birthday, you're gonna go.
No. I'll be like, I see you. Look at you like a little speck in the sky.
Look at me flying. No, I wouldn't have any fun. I went on the Thunderbolt roller coaster and I only went on, I like wanted to see what it was like. And I'm like, I've never been on this. And then once I was on it, I was like, I so regret doing this. And I have my little Fitbit and bitch, this shit was tracking my heartbeat, which was like 128. It thought I was running. It was like, oh, it detected high intensity like workout. No, bitch, I'm just afraid I'm gonna die on this roller coaster. And it's just like straight up, and you're like lean back and you're like, this is so unnatural. And then bloop. I can't say I really enjoyed it. I was happy when it was over and I was like, I did it. But like the whole time I was just like, ah! That's how it'll be skydiving. Once it's over, I'll be like, oh, I did it. But during it, it's like, I want this to be over.
Random thought, but you ever think about, no, probably not. I just thought about it because you brought up your Fitbit and how it was tracking your heart rate. And it's like, okay, because you were scared, that's why your heart rate. It's like, do you think that like people who wear like Fitbits and Apple Watches and all those other things that like track your heart rate and your blood pressure, when they die, do you think the doctor goes, let me just check their
if it was like a murder, I feel like if it's a murder, they absolutely should check that Fitbit, see what was going on. Because what if it was like something weird happened? Something you should check it for sure. There's all kinds of info. People don't realize you got all tracking your whole life, everything, your cell phone, your Fitbit, your watch.
And the people was like, I don't want to get vaccinated because they're gonna put a microchip in me. Ma'am, back up. You're in Walmart.
2 microchips. I got 2.
You're signing into Walmart to shop online. They're tracking you. The chip in your card, they're tracking you.
Everything.
Your iPhone, they're
tracking you, tracking your purchases. That's what advertising is basically now. It's just like, let's try to track people who buy things at this hour of the day on this website and try to get them to buy this other thing that we're selling.
Facebook, where you like to spew this rhetoric, tracking you.
And you just put all your info up on there. Birth date and your mother's birth date and where you were born, like, and then you wonder why you get your identity stolen 4 times a year.
It's right about that time, Ricky.
Change it. Fix this.
Oh shit. I put my phone on a stand and now the stand does not want to stand. But yeah, no. So that was just like, and what's funny is like I use that philosophy with my daughter too, because I'm just like, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? You chose to go skipping down the steps when I told you not to because it made you happy, right? And now you have a busted lip. Who told you? No one. No one told you. But you found such joy in skipping down the stairs.
Like that time when we were in Macy's and she was like running down the escalator and she tripped and you laughed at her and you're like, that's what you get. Why are you running when I told you to stop running and now you tripped? Look at you.
Here's the thing. This is my style of parenting. And some of you might laugh and some of you are like, no, not Crystal. She seems like such a good mom. I am a good mom. But my momming involves me being realistic with my child. And if I told you don't run down the staircase or don't run down the escalator because you will trip and fall, and you choose to run down the staircase anyway, and you trip and fall, what am I gonna do? Laugh. Because it's funny. She was fine. Like, I didn't like if she had like let's say if her clothes got caught in the escalator and she was like getting I wouldn't be laughing.
Like, oh no, I don't think that really happens.
And I laughed. That happens. But she tripped and fell. So I laughed because who told you? I told you not to. You decided.
That's what you get. You were told multiple times. Disregarded all the warnings, did it anyways, and look at you now. Tripped in Macy's in front of everyone. She's a funny kid.
She's a funny kid.
But she's just one of those kids who just was like, you'll tell her something, like, don't do that. And like, okay. And then just right in your face, disregard it. Like
with the flip bottle yesterday.
Yeah.
Stop flipping the bottle. Okay. Flips the bottle. Flips the bottle. Finally gets it to land on the bottom. Like she had gotten it like 3-4 times by then. So because I got not upset, but I got annoyed that I told her not to do it, I kicked the bottle.
Game is over.
And she's like, and I was like, I told you not to flip the bottle. Or was it like she has this thing that's like a gnome's head that looks like a bunny rabbit? I'm gonna show you later. But my mom brought it from Georgia.
A head? Just a head?
It's like the head. Looks like a gnome, but it's like a bunny rabbit and it's white. I hate it. Anyways, she was playing with it when we were in Georgia, and I told her, don't do that, and like don't play with it at the dinner table, like leave it alone. And so I threw it, right? So my mom brings it back up and she brings it to the dinner table and she's playing with it. I was like, stop touching this thing. Eat your food, right? Keeps touching it. I said, Amina, if you touch it, I'm going to throw it. Don't touch it.
No.
So what did she do? Not like she's like, like testing me, but she's like, okay, mommy. Starts eating her food and starts playing with it again. So I grab it and I threw it. And my mom goes, why you do that for? That's not nice. I said, because I told her not to touch it. I'm going to throw it. So
she gotta learn.
I told her, and I'm a man of my word. I told her,
listen,
if you touch it again, I'm going to throw it.
Consequences.
So I threw it. And my mom goes, Grita, did you, when I used to throw your stuff out.
Not throw my stuff out. Why?
She's like, when I used to throw your stuff out, Crystal, did you like it? Did it feel good? I was like, because you threw it to throw it out. I'm not throwing anything out. I'm just throwing it because I told her I would. Like, I'm not putting it in the garbage. I'm just like, it's in the living room.
She put yourself in the garbage?
She just throw our stuff out. Like, if it was laying around, she'd throw it out.
Oh my God. I was going to say, my dad kind of did that once. I was like, I would never clean my room and I had stuff all over the floor. And he was like, you better put your stuff away. And I was like, okay. Proceeded to not put my stuff away. So he's like, well, I guess this is garbage because you don't care about it. And threw it all on the front porch. And my mom was like, why would you do this? All hers in her clothes. Like, you know, my mom was like upset about it. And I was like, I had to go out and take all my stuff off the porch. She's like, well, you clearly don't care about it. So it could just be on the porch. It's garbage, isn't it?
I mean, I tried that one time with her, but like majority of the time, I'm just like, listen, stop touching it. It shouldn't be on the table, first of all. You insist on it being on the table. That's the thing. See, you insisted on it being on the table after I asked you not to. So I was like, okay, it could be on the table. The compromise is don't touch it. Proceeds to touch it, so I throw it. So, but my mom was just like, you and your brother didn't like it when I threw your stuff out. Listen to what you just said.
You threw my stuff in the garbage.
When you threw my stuff out. I'm not throwing anything. Oh, but it's still, you didn't like it, right? I said, but it's two different things. She's like, don't do that, Krista. I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it.
No, Mom, what you did was wrong.
I'm gonna keep doing it. Until she stops.
She's just, she's gotta learn in her own little way that, like, listen, you can't do everything you want to do.
I'm just like, please relax. And just like, as she's getting older, she's just the smart ass that is coming up more. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I was like, come downstairs with me to give your uncle his Father's Day present. So I'm like, come with me. And she's like, how can I help you? I was like, excuse me? She's like, how can I help you? I was like, if you don't take those words out of your mouth, ma'am.
That was like yesterday when we were talking about losing weight, and I was like, oh, losing weight is hard. And she was like, not for me. This bitch really said that. Really tell it to us.
Not for me. See, going back to humans are self-centered and they think that everything is about them. And little kids are just self-centered. They're just like, it's me. And like, but it's.
Our boss was there and he was just like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
the shade of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But they love her. They've watched
She's
her
the
grow
best.
up.
She's a little angel.
It's our baby. That's everyone's baby.
She's so cute. She just
You're welcome, world.
Not listening sometimes, but
yeah, for the most part, she's a really good kid. But there's sometimes it's just like
she's just being her own little world, doing her own little thing.
Like, what was it now? She was in the shower. I was like, hey, you need to get out of the shower. And there's like this tube thingy that like if you whip it around, it makes a sound, and it's in the shower. So I'm like, Amina, get out of, like, you could scrunch it and it goes like it's like an accordion thing. And so I'm like, okay, you need to get out of the shower. She's like, okay, yeah, I'm coming out now. And I hear her playing with the toy. I'm like, that sounds like you're playing with a toy, not getting out of the shower. She's like, yeah, no, I'm coming out of the shower now. And proceeds to keep playing with the shower. So I'm like, get out of the shower. Like, why do I have to talk to you like that? And so my mom goes, maybe if you stop yelling at her from your room and just actually go into the shower and tell her to get out. I was like, nope, I've done that. And also, I don't need to be in her face for her to listen to me. She should have gotten out of the shower. And things like that. But then she's like, I love you so much, Mommy. You're the best mommy in the whole wide world. Like,
she does say that.
Do I side at her sometimes? Sometimes. Like, what do you want?
She does it to me sometimes. And I'm just like,
hey, Lisa, you're my favorite. What?
She's like, hey, second mom. I'm like, do you want to walk all the way across the park with me because I saw a dog that I want to pet?
You know, I'm not going to do it.
I guess. Let's pet this random lady's dog. Hi, random lady. This child needs to pet your dog.
Truly is second mom behavior because she'll look at me. She knows I'm not the one.
I'd be like, all right, but very quickly, let's go over. And if she says no, then it's no. We can't just pet the dog anyways.
We've derailed from the main topic.
We have, but
once
that's
again.
Okay. It happens.
Yeah.
It's life. Life is just a big derailment.
Of course.
Right.
She be preaching. Oh my God. Maybe I have to put it like this. It does change its orientation.
Your phone?
Yeah. If I put it this way, it'll stay on the stand.
I think this is a good time to move to the second topic.
All right. So the second topic is, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Ooh, coming in hot.
If you notice, both of the topics have the word if at the beginning. Because you had options.
If
bitches had options. We're not the bitches. They are the bitches that we're talking about. We're not the bitches.
But it's never me. I don't know who they're talking to. Not me. I'm never the problem. I'll just say that. I'm sorry, but
Oh, my bronchitis.
nobody's perfect, but I'm really close. So it's just the way it is.
Y'all remember, she's a Gemini. So and she
change
just
my
had her
mind
birthday.
sometimes.
She's like that meme, I'm perfect, change my mind.
I'll be like, like someone at my job the other day was complaining about someone. They're like, she's just strong and wrong. And I feel like that's me
Ooh,
sometimes, strong and wrong. Like,
why you gotta be so loud with it? You do. You will be wrong, and then you'll go to sleep, and then you wake up, you're like, actually, I was wrong here.
like, you know what? I thought about it, and maybe that was the mic, my little finagle set. But sometimes I'll go to bed and I'm like, maybe I did too much. But then I'm like, actually, I don't think I did enough.
And I'm the one that has to be like, let's really, okay, but let's think about it this way.
I'm like, but you know what? I thought about it, and no, I think I'm still right.
Even though sometimes she'll stand firm in her wrong.
And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was a little too like aggressive, but I'm still right.
Which is how we got to this topic. So more or less we have both learned in these past, I can't even say 35 years because we didn't know this shit when we were 7. Amina's learning it at 7. But let's say high school and up. So the past 20 years. Anyways, I'm back. The past 20 years, we have experienced things that has proven to us that we're not everyone's cup of tea. Oh, what's your favorite thing to say now?
I'm not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Where like, and you say it, and I was thinking like that's like one of the things that at 35 I'm just like, yes, like there are some people that for whatever reason, like it could be people you work with, people you were dating, whatever, that you just don't vibe with. They just don't get you. You never get along, and it's like instead of trying to force it, it's like I'm just not for everyone, and they will see like they'll find things about you annoying and maybe vice versa. But then there's someone else that's like, no, I don't think that's annoying. I'm not bothered by that because you're not for everyone. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone is going to agree. Like some people are just never going to see your side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't change it.
Yeah. And like, like I said, it took us, we're going to say 20 years for us to realize that, to learn that, to come up on 35.
Yeah.
And my daughter is now learning that at 7. Because, like we mentioned, she is a bundle of energy and joy and the greatest gift I can give anyone on this planet. You're welcome. And I'm not just saying that as her mother, okay? But she has a tremendous personality. And so she's very loving and she likes to, like today we were at like, I forgot, some Nordstrom Rack, and she saw some girl that she met at soccer club. And she's like, oh my God, that's my friend. Hi. They're like playing, and like she saw her, the girl went away. Amina found her again, said hi again. Then the girl was leaving, so she said bye. And then we ran into her again, so she said bye again. I'm like, you said bye like 7 times already. And she's like, I just want to say bye to her again. And I was, because that's my biffle. And I was like, that can't be your best friend. That can't be your best friend for life.
For life?
She's like my best friend for life. And I'm
already?
Like, girl, stop it. But she's just very friendly. And so, but she's having this problem at school where they're telling her, the kids are, let me tell you something. They told her recently that she was too much, that her personality is too much. And her retort once was, do you not want me to be my authentic self? These were her words. And they responded with, well, your authentic self is too much. And so she felt bad because here's this kid. I'm telling her, we're all telling her who love her, like, be yourself, be who you are. Those who get it, and those who don't. And you're not for everyone, and that's okay. But because she wants to be everyone's friend, and she wants to, everyone to be happy and everyone to be okay. She wants the earth to be healthy, and she wants us to all live for a really long time. So she wasn't understanding, like, I'm a friendly person and I'm being friendly to other people. So in response, people should be friendly to me too because I am friendly. And it's like, no, baby, that's not how it would be nice if that's how it worked,
For
but
whatever
that's not
reason.
how it works. And your brand of friendliness, not everyone is gonna want to be your friend, no matter how nice you are. Not everyone's gonna want to be your friend. Not everyone's gonna understand you.
For
Not
whatever
everyone's gonna.
reason,
And the thing,
various reasons.
and whatever that reason is, and whatever they feel about you is none of your business. The
Right.
only person that you should care about is yourself, and maybe to an extent the people that you honestly truly love and care about. But aside from that, like, as long as you love yourself and you think that you're the shit and you're the greatest person in the whole wide world, humbly,
You gotta believe it. Kick those
like,
kids.
kick them.
Kick them on the bus.
Don't do that. But like, so it's like, like, I had to, and going back to our first topic, your interpretation of it, I had, my ex, I did things that I accepted things that I didn't really want to accept. And then in the end, had like he had, I was questioning myself, like, am I this? Am I that? Am I too much? Am I asking for too much? Am I, and then it's like, no, at the end, honestly, it was just that we weren't compatible and I wasn't for him and he wasn't for me. And, as amazing as I think I am, I'm not his brand of amazing. Like, I could be like, all my friends have told me, you've told me, my brothers, my other friends have all told me, like, oh, you're a good person, da, da, da. You didn't belong with that man. Yes.
You didn't.
And but I can also say, like, I wasn't for him, and that's not in a way of saying, like, oh, putting myself down. It's like, no, legitimately, my special brand of personality was not compatible with him. It wasn't for him. Like, he couldn't take it or whatever.
You were forcing it, and it was just not, it was not going together because for whatever reason, you guys were just two different people. He was, and
like, I remember trying to be like, oh, opposites attract. So, like, those who really know me, I'm like, I like cracking jokes. You hear me laughing all the time here. And like, and so he was the opposite. Like, he didn't crack jokes, and like, he was fun around his friends. Around my friends, not at all.
Yeah,
and like,
no personality whatsoever at all.
So it's like, okay, so going forward, if I am to ever, friendships or anything, like, even though Drake said no new friends, and we at 35 right now, but like, going forward with anyone new, no matter the capacity, I just honestly have to be like Amina, be my authentic self, and have to accept that, and it's okay. And I think when I was in therapy, my therapist said it best, and you've said it to me too, a version of this, but it's like, or actually, it wasn't you, it was my other friend, or maybe you, I don't know, I get confused. But basically, it's like, you tried so hard to not be your authentic self, to please these people, to keep them around, and you were
diminishing yourself to get to fit.
And it didn't work. So from now on, just be who you're supposed to be, and as long as you're comfortable, do what you have to do to make yourself happy, and don't, like, because if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Don't be in my life don't be in our lives because you have the same situation. Don't be in our lives. Expect us to change and want to make it seem like we are the problem when honestly,
Okay.
like we're the all we've ever wanted from other people is we accept them as they accept us as we are. And when they themselves aren't accepting themselves as they are, then they
Mm.
project that onto
A
us.
word, bitch. Absolute word.
And then it becomes like, oh, you're the issue. But then you're like sitting here because of who we are. We're like, wait, are we the issue? But you are more outspoken than I am. So you're like, no, I'm not the fucking issue. Me, I'm just like, am I the issue? No,
Like,
I'm not the issue.
I don't
You're
tell
very
me.
quick with it. You're very quick with it. You don't second guess. But that's something that I've had to learn over the years. Is like, no, I'm not the issue. I'm
Because
not the issue.
I saw something that Rihanna said, supposedly a quote from hers that was sort of like, I know I'm not the problem because none of my exes are in successful relationships. And okay. So it ain't me, honey.
And like, sometimes like I had this friend. I don't know if she's ever gonna hear this, but I had this friend that she was supposed to be um Amina's titi. Like people would say like that's my twin. And I was telling Amina this the other day. And like that was my twin and we were best friends. And she would come to my job and we were like when I got pregnant, she was like, I'm so excited to be her titi and I'm gonna buy her so these clothes. She was like into nail polish and clothing and blah blah blah. Right? Mad hype. And then around the baby shower, she the baby shower was a secret, right? I knew it was happening. I knew where it was happening. I just didn't know like the theme and stuff like that. So like Amina's
What
father,
was the theme? Elephants?
yeah, it was elephants. So like Amina's father, and then two of my friends,
Mm-hmm.
because he was having a hard time
Setting up.
with it. So they helped him. They took over. And so they were the ones responsible for sending out the invitation. I didn't know the when, the where. I knew the where. I didn't know and I knew the when. I just didn't know everything else, right? And so it wasn't my responsibility. I was pregnant. All I had to do was show up and be cute.
Right.
And so she texted me to tell me that she wasn't going to be able to come to the baby shower on June 8th at 3:30 because she was sick. And I was like, I knew none of that information. You know that, right? Like I didn't know that. And she's like, "Oh, see, you tricked me." I was like, "Me? I tricked you? What are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, you tricked me into telling you." I'm like, I didn't from that day.
No, she's drama. She is the drama.
And then I was like, "Wait, did I?" No, I didn't trick her. And then it just felt like, and it's like sometimes you outgrow even with people that you have known for years.
You remember my best friend that everyone hated except for me?
True that. I did not like her.
I don't know. This girl must have broke a record because I couldn't find a single person that liked her except for me. But
Did not.
she was my bestie at the time, and we did everything together. And it was like one day I went to the beach with someone else, and she was like weirdly jealous. And I know this sounds very Regina George. She was like weirdly obsessed with me. No, but she was like very mad about it. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't tell you or invite you because like I didn't know like what we were doing. And like, I just wanted to spend time with this girl that I knew from college. And like my bestie at the time, she had her other friends that she hung out with and never invited me. So I was like, what's the difference? But she was so mad that do you remember BBM, Blackberry Messenger?
Mm-hmm.
She blocked me on it. And I didn't realize it at the time because I'm like, oh, you're not in my list. What happened? And she's like, yeah, I know I'm not in your list because I blocked you. And I'm like, what? Why? And she's like, because I'm just tired of this. You just like never make time for me. And all you want to do is just like hang out with other people. And like, I'm just like tired of it. And because I had a boyfriend at the time and she didn't. So maybe she felt the way. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that was like it. And it just kind of ended like that. It was just like, we were never really we just, as much as we had fun together, we just never vibed
We were
because
matching energies.
she had her own issues and things she had to work on, and it just stopped her from really enjoying other people. I hope she's out there and is living a better life today, because she was but it happens. People come along and they got their own stuff, and they'll take little slights and you know make a whole big deal about it. And it's like, girl, like if we really understood each other, this would not be a big deal. Like this should not be like the end of a friendship. It's just an excuse because whatever her
not matching energies, and like I said, not the same cup of tea. Like honestly, because like you and I, there have been times where like you get frustrated with me, like you're telling me something and like I don't 100% agree with you,
like don't take his side.
Yeah, and I get frustrated with you because it's like I'm not gonna agree with you, so it's like if
agree.
Yeah, and so it's like, well, because we match energy, so it's like you've always felt the freedom to say whatever you want to say to me, and I just had to like not sit there and take it, but it's like,
this bitch is on some today. Let's see what she's gonna do.
Yeah, and then with you, it's like it's you tell me a story, and I'm like, actually, let's think about it this way. You're like, no, and then you're like, you know what? And then you tell me like, oh, it bothered me, and I'm like, listen, I'm sorry that it bothered you, but it's the message is still there, and then that's the thing. It's like and it's something that if you're not matching energies, if you're not the person's cup of tea, they're gonna find everything you say.
That energy thing,
everything you say is gonna be you're disrespecting them. You're being a terrible friend. You're being a terrible partner. Like, and it's like, no, but you're not sitting here and you're not like you're forcing the situation. And I understand that there are some relationships, platonic or romantic or whatever, sexual or whatever, where it's like, okay, you put up with it because of whatever X, Y, and Z. I get that. I'm not negating that. We're not negating that. But if it's someone that you really care about, if it's a friendship that you really care about, and you feel the toxicity and you see that it's spilling into your life, and they are trying to make you feel like you are a piece of shit, like you're a horrible friend, when all you simply did was want to go hang out with someone else, wanted to go to the movies with someone else, didn't want to go eat their shitty casserole. Like, I don't make me feel bad.
Who's casserole?
No, I'm just thinking about like different things like that people could get mad about. It's like, no, Susan, you're a terrible cook, and that's why I don't ask you to cook for the potluck. Don't be upset. I know I'm your best friend. I'm not gonna eat it though. It's trash. And I'm telling you it's trash. Salt and pepper are not a spice, are not the only spices you need. Please put some paprika. Please put maybe obey,
who was talking about that? I was somewhere and they were talking about, where was it? Was it at TFF or was it somewhere else? They're talking about paprika. And they're like, paprika, maybe it was in the show that I just saw, A Strange Loop. And they were like, paprika, sometimes you need a different spice. And sometimes you need a little paprika. You don't put it in everything, but you put it in some things. And where it's good and it fits, that's where you need it.
Like on deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs. I love some deviled eggs.
We do love some deviled eggs.
Some about like, the mayo with the like with the egg. Bitch. So good.
It just be hitting. Hitting. But back to the point. Like, see, exactly. We got the vibes.
Always be thinking about food. I'm always hungry.
But it's just that, and it's just like something that I feel like we both had to learn. Again, you were quicker on the uptick. You had that space to do that, and I feel like I didn't really have that space growing up to be vocal about what's upsetting me, to be vocal, like trying to appease people. And now that I'm older, and now that I have a daughter, specifically a daughter, it's we're not playing that game. Like, I'm not gonna force myself to conform. Like, I get it. There are times where you have to compromise. And if you because there are people who are abrasive just to be assholes, and the other people that are like, well, people think I'm a bitch, and I'm a bitch, so I'm gonna be a bitch. And it's like, but then you wonder why you have no friends. You wonder why you have no partners. You wonder why at work no one wants to give you more responsibility.
No one wants to work with you
all the time. And I get it. There are times where you have to be a hard head, a hard ass, and be abrasive. I get that. But there are people who do it for funsies, and then if it made you happy, why the hell are you so mad? You wanted to be a bitch at work. So why are you upset that now your coworkers don't want to have lunch with you? Oh, but it's them, right? It's them. It's not you, it's them. Baby, come on. Let's stop. Let's stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Relax. 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 But again, so I'm saying like there are times where you should quote unquote compromise. But for
There are
the
times
most
where you
part,
shouldn't.
if it comes to your personality, if it comes to what makes you truly happy, and if you find yourself trying to mold yourself to fit this person's whatever, then
Mhm.
it's time to go, because you're never going to be happy. Like I can say that now we're what, 10 months since my breakup,
Yeah.
and I wasn't truly happy in that relationship. I tried my best to be, because again, who am I? I try to make the best out of all situations, but I wasn't happy. Like for me to sit there and really like say like, oh, I'm okay with this,
Gotta
and
be honest with yourself.
you got to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with the people, and if they really care about you, like the way that you care about them and the way that you would hope, having that conversation, they're hard conversations to have, but having that conversation with them, if you feel like it's worth it, have it. And if they really care about you and love you, they will take it, and they will compute, they will be
Think
of
about
confusion,
it.
and they will come back and you will find a resolution. If not, if their immediate response is, oh no, see, why am I the problem? See, no, 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 no. See, you're doing too much. Once again, you're being dramatic, you're doing too much. Then baby, they don't care about you.
I mean, I haven't always been like this. There have definitely been a lot of times where I'm like, I don't want to say how I really feel. And sometimes I still don't. But I always try to, because it's going to bother me if I don't. So it's like, like with I mean, we'll get into this in a different episode, but like my ex situation, it
My
started with
face twitches every time.
he was a polarizing character in my life.
Polarizing.
There were
There was only
people,
one pole to go to.
there are
Who was ever
people
on this
who
side? Who?
felt it was just one of those relationships where no matter how hard we were like trying to make it work, it was just not working. We were never understanding each other. We were never able to communicate properly. Like I would say something and he would take it in a way, and then he would say something and I would take it away. Like it got to the point where even like recently, like when he wished me happy birthday, and I'm like, do you even mean it? Are you saying it sarcastically? Like I was like, he can't even be seriously wishing me happy birthday. And it's like, girl, he's just saying happy birthday, have a nice day. And I was like, but why is he saying it like that? Is he saying because he wants me to have a bad day? Like, bitch, you're crazy. Look what this man is having you think right now. This is pure insanity.
And then
And
I said to that, I was like, look at what this man has you doing. And she was like, I know. And I was like, as long as you know.
it reminded me of a meme I saw recently that was like, it was a picture of Dave Coulier in Full House. And they're like, yo, this man really had Alanis Morissette going crazy. Listen, it happens like that sometimes. It'd be the most unexpected people. And you know what it was also that added to this whole thing, that like the vibes were off? People who send out texts and then delete them or recall them. I didn't forget about it.
You have to give context. It was
a picture of bread.
Okay, that context too, but she means like, okay, she doesn't mean like, oh, if you mistakenly sent something.
No, like you sent out the text. But either way, because like, let's say you saw what it was and the person deleted it and you're like, why did you delete it? Or someone sent a text and then deleted it. Like, why? But why did they delete it? Like if it was a mistake, just say, oh, I didn't mean to send that.
I do it all the time.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I only do it if I want to make a point.
Look at you projecting. Look at you projecting.
That's why people do it. That's why this person did it.
No!
That's why this person did it. He was like,
What point was he trying to make?
that picture of bread wasn't for you.
So what you're saying is that he sent it on purpose, then deleted it to then tell you it wasn't for you?
No, but
how you sound.
Do I sound crazy, guys?
Yes.
I remember when I lost my mind. I'm not crazy. He sent it out by accident, but I saw what it was, that it was like a picture of bread. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, bread. Let's talk about some bread. Deleted it. And I'm like, why? Why'd you delete that? It wasn't for you. Why not? It was a picture of bread. It was like, oh, that was for the group text.
Y'all, let us know. Either you can email, you know what?
I'm not worth sending a picture of bread.
I'm gonna give y'all the email address and y'all email us and y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell us. Is she crazy?
I mean, because I know I'm not wrong, so it doesn't matter what anybody says.
We're gonna also put it as a poll on Instagram.
But basically, I'm not even giving the full context. He's more or less an ex, but I was like, oh, maybe we could be friends. Like, obviously that's always a bad idea, but I was like, well, but we've been friends for like so long. Like, we were like friends as kids. So I was like, I still want to be friends. Like, you're important in my life. But he was just like, no. And I felt like the text was him making a point of, we are not friends and we're never gonna be friends, period. And it just happened to be that I was in WhatsApp when he sent it, so I saw it. Otherwise, I would have just been like, "Oh, why did you delete?" And he probably wouldn't have responded, but it was tight. I was mad about it. I felt a way about it. I felt a way because I felt, it's like, really? We can't even be friends anymore. It's a shame we gotta go through this. We can't even talk. We don't even.
Who is this?
What?
Man, I'm tired of this.
Never would have thought we'd be breaking up like this.
No, I was looking for something on Instagram, and I go and I see all these notifications from this one person, and I don't know who this person is.
Oh my God. People who do this, those people are crazy. It'll be like a stranger that likes like 3 years worth of photos.
The oldest photo he liked was...
Because wait, I think I got a notification that someone liked a photo that we were both in. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
And he liked 2 of our photos together.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, is it a Salvador person?
I don't know. Sharp man.
That one. Yeah. Who are you? People be weird on the internet.
But yeah, moral of the story is,
if you don't like me, I was gonna say, if you send a text, you gotta stick with it. Don't delete it. Don't recall it.
I'm gonna recall it if I.
This is an Outlook. I only recall a message if I was like, oh my God, you weren't supposed to see that. Oh my God, that was a contract that was not for you. You can't see those numbers. Like, otherwise, I'm like,
I recall if it wasn't supposed to be there, it's not supposed to be there.
There are people who you do it all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I don't.
Like, I recalled that TikTok.
I was like,
I sent it already.
Are you joking? I was like,
after the same night she was venting. The same night she was venting about him sending the picture of the bread and taking it back, I had sent her a TikTok early in the conversation, and then we had the whole conversation about the bread, and then I went back to sending her TikToks, and I was like, oh wait, I sent this one already, so I deleted it, and she was like, bitch.
Is this bitch joking? Is she playing with me? Because I'm not playing right now.
I was like, I already sent it, because I didn't want you to be like, you already sent it. I wouldn't
have noticed it, but like I do it sometimes.
You would have noticed it.
If people
noticed it before. You already sent this, Crystal. Yes, so I didn't want to get hit with that. So I was like,
But if you've received a TikTok from me out of the blue and you're like, that's weird, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to send it to you, but then I felt bad. I didn't want you to not be included in my TikTok joke, but you enjoyed it. So
No, no. Because then I'm gonna have to
I'm just
explain the
going to
TikTok.
play it off. Like, it's
No,
funny,
thank you.
isn't it? Right? It's crazy.
It's a
Crazy.
it's a video of dancing hot dogs to Lizzo's
In a minute,
with the toilet
it's
tissue roll.
funny.
But anyways, the moral of the story is, if you don't want me to, don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. You don't have to, but also we don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to. We don't have to. But more importantly, you don't have to, because I'm here just simply existing. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else. Okay. The other day, I was told that I was giving stank eye, right? And I was like, I wasn't giving
Where?
stank
At
eye at
work?
all. No, not at work.
Oh.
I mean, if I was, they would have told me that day. The person who saw me giving stank eye would have told me that I was giving stank eye. No, this was at whatever the story that I told you about.
Oh, at the party.
So like, and I'm like, I never gave stank eye, and it's like, no, I forgot my point now because I got upset about it. I lost it. It'll come back to me eventually. But like, you could, like, you don't have to be here as well. Like, that here it is. Simply existing. I'm simply existing. I was simply existing, breathing. And it was perceived that I was giving a stank eye. And that goes back to my relationships and friendships, platonic or whatever. Simply existing. Oh, you have an attitude. I'm literally sitting here breathing. Just say you don't like me and go away. Why? Like, I'm just here. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. You don't have to talk to me.
You don't
It's
have
fine.
to.
But you know what it is? Now that I'm realizing it, you know what it is? They like our energy. They like our energy and they want to be around it, but they want to cause chaos. But they want the privilege of being in our orbit.
Very much so. Very much so. They want to be a part of it, but they want it on their terms.
And they want to cause chaos because they like. And then if we come out of character, then it's like, oh, see, you have an issue. You should. I fucking hate
You
it.
should see a therapist, Lisa, because why are you getting mad about a picture of bread? I'm not crazy. And also, I have a therapist. So do you?
My ex told me the same thing. He was like,
they always want to throw that in our faces.
I think you need to see a therapist. And I'm like, I think you need to see a therapist.
He's
like, that's really mature. That's really mature.
But you
I was
do,
like, no,
though.
honestly, but you do, though. Like, you do, though. Every single one of my exes, they need to see a therapist.
I mean, everyone should see a therapist.
What does that say about me?
But
this is also true. What does that say about me? I don't know what that says about me. I tend to attract, or I am attracted to, I don't want to say lost causes, but people who on the outside project a wholeness. And so with me learning and growing in myself, that learning and growing in myself triggers them because they have been faking the funk. And I'm just like, I'm here I am, again, simply existing with all my bells and whistles, my quirks, my good and my bad, and owning my good and my bad. And they're like, no, I'm just a good person. I'm a good person. Like my college ex who tried to get me upset with, like, mentioning that he was going to sleep with my friend. One of our arguments was he was mean to this girl that he used to date. And he didn't realize he was being mean. And so I was like, we all have the capacity to be mean to people. He's like, no, I don't. I was like, we all have the capacity. I'm not saying you're being mean on purpose, but we all are capable of being mean. Consciously, subconsciously, just we are human beings. Like, that's like, no, not me. I would never be mean, even if it was subconsciously. I would never be mean to someone. I'm just like,
But you are.
but you
But you
can
are
be, and you were
mean.
mean to your ex-girlfriend. How was I mean to her? Look at what you said to her. Look at what you told. That wasn't mean though. That was the truth, but it was mean. You were being mean to her.
We can't be with men who are mean to women.
Like you were being mean to her. You were
Come on.
mean. Like for you to say, and that's what struck me. Not the fact that it's the fact that he was very adamant. Like, I can never be mean. I am not a mean. That's not what I said. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying you're a mean person. What I'm saying is that you have the capacity to be mean. And once you accept that you have that capacity, you can move forward. But you're constantly going to be bumping heads with people because of how you say things and how you do things, because you don't think that you're a mean person, because you're not capable of being mean. But that's not true. If you're capable of being a good person or doing good things, you're capable of doing bad things and capable of being mean. No.
Yeah.
And then everyone was a problem. Every time someone got upset with him, oh, they're the issue. How are they the issue? How are they always the issue? It doesn't make any sense. And I think it stems from if they are not, they don't know who they truly are, friends, family, lovers, partners, if they're not truly happy with who they are, and you yourself are working on yourself and trying to be a better human being in general, that is going to trigger the shit out of them, is what I've learned. They're always going to be upset and they're always going to feel like they're the victim, because you getting better for yourself is showing them that they're in the same spot and they're always going to be this way, and they're not going to change, and they might not even want to change, and
Probably
that
not.
bothers them because misery loves company, and they're always going to be that way. So
Well,
again,
also they don't like that, oh look, she's doing better without me. I don't like that. Look, she's living so much better now. She's
or
not,
oh, she
you
could
know,
be living better without me, or he could be living better without me, so nah, that we don't want that. They're gonna stay here with me, they're gonna be miserable. No, 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 no. But again, if you really care about the person, love that person, and if you are really honest with yourself, if it's not the best place to be, neither one of you should be there. You did your best. Neither one
mm,
of you should be there then. Neither one of you should be
right.
there. Like sometimes I get upset with myself because I honestly tried my best, but I should have left a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I stayed there. And it goes back to topic one. Like, if it makes you happy, why are you so, like, I tried so hard not to complain about how miserable I was in that relationship because my ass stayed there to try to make it work. And I suffered in silence because I was like, nah, well, I made this choice. So let me.
Sometimes it's easier to just do the easy thing, which is to stay rather than change. And I've been there plenty of times in my before this one, the previous relationship was like I was also unhappy and knew something was not right and knew that I should leave. But it was like, well, if I left, then that would mean I would have to like move and change my whole life and everything would be different. And that seems extremely difficult. And I don't think I can do that. So he seems good enough. So why should I even complain? I'm just going to be quiet and whatever. And that's what I did for a very long time.
Then you weren't happy at the end, and
No, I wasn't. And I had to leave eventually any old ways. And
mm-hmm.
like in the musical that I saw, there was a line that kind of stuck with me where one character says, if you're not afraid of living the truth, then is it even worth living? Gotta live your truth.
You gotta live your truth, whatever it is. If you are unhappy with yourself, then do what you need to do. Like I'm trying. I'm reading a book about setting good habits,
Oh my God,
and
I have
it's
so
like.
many books. I realized my boundaries book, by the way, was about Christian dating. I'm like, what's all these biblical references? This is a bunch of nonsense. What is this? And I'm like, oh, there are some good parts, but what is all this Bible bullshit? Christian dating.
My condolences. But it's like, if you're not happy with yourself, change. If you're not happy in your job, I know that's a little bit harder, but it's like work, do what you need to do to find where you're happy there. If you're not happy in friendships are hard. And like I've been reading, sometimes friend breakups are a lot worse than relationship breakups, because your friends are who you go to once those romantic relationships break down. So if you break up with your friend, then who do you have, right?
Right. I had that. That's why my last person it felt like a two in one.
Mm-hmm. So it's like that. And then, breaking up with your family, there are times where there are family members where you can't have a conversation with because they're toxic, and like they want you to change. They want you to,
They don't want
be
you to
this or
live your
that.
life. Yeah, they want you
Yeah,
to
they want you
live
to,
the way they want you to live.
or that's how they want to see you. And of course, obviously, relationships. It's like life is too short, and if we're gonna believe that there's someone for everyone, or there's some two for everyone, um that person or those people, whoever they may be,
They're out there.
they're out there, and they'll find you. And I know it's hard, and I know that it's because that was one of the reasons why I didn't break up with him, was because I was like, oh shit. Like my biggest fear after me and Amina and her father and I broke up was like, I am now a mom. Who's gonna want to date me? Because the way that society's set up, I'm trash, I'm used, da 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 da. I have this big baggage with me, right? And so when I started dating this guy, I was like, oh my god, this is a friend of mine, and we both liked each other, and he's been there since before I was pregnant. So like this is not news to him. It's like da, 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 da. And he made friends with my daughter. And then I was like, damn, but if I break up with him, now I really got to start from scratch. And that was very frightening until I was forced to do it. And I have gone on a few dates and they were fine. Um, but it's like, it is scary, but it's something that has to be done, because romantically, when it comes, like we said before, I love love. And so
You
like
do.
life is too short for you to be in a relationship with someone, giving your heart to someone, and you're faking it and you're not completely happy. Like, I'm not saying it's supposed to be 100% roses. And I know that it takes work and it takes like time and effort and energy. But like, if you out here questioning your self-worth, questioning your sexuality, questioning like this, like I was sitting here thinking like, yo, am I just a lesbian? Because
Am
I
I
am
gay?
miserable here. Am
Why
I?
do I have this haircut?
It's just like, if the person has you, again, relationship, platonic, family, if the situation has you questioning yourself in a bad way, then that's not for you. That's not,
Mm-hmm.
that you're not their cup of tea and they're not yours, and
You
that's
gotta live your
okay.
life.
Because it's too short. If anything this pandemic showed us is that life is hella fucking short.
Hella short. It's gonna be over soon, and you're gonna have spent it with someone that you didn't want to spend it with.
And the person that you spend the most time with is yourself. And as long as you're making yourself happy and you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, like, just be who you are. Be who you're supposed to be, who you believe you're supposed to be.
Mm. I believe I'm supposed to be famous and
Yes, same
maybe
sis.
like married to Keanu Reeves. That was always my
Okay.
dream. So that's what I'm gonna stick with for now.
I feel like I'm supposed to be influential in some way, and that I have a lot of money only so I can use that money to help people that I care and love.
Oh, I just want to buy things.
I also want to buy things and travel the world, but I
Travel.
want to be of service, because that's one of my favorite things to say is like, I'm glad to be of service. I say you're welcome, but like my favorite thing to say is like, I'm glad to be of service, because I love to be of service. I love to help. It's my
I
favorite thing to do.
help a
Like,
lot, but
don't ask my mom though. She used to say that. Like my teachers when I was younger, like, oh, Crystal's so helpful. She's like, well, she doesn't help me at home to clean. So like, thanks, mom. Thanks so much. Anyways, I feel like that's a good time to
wind it
3.
down. Yeah. We're in our last point. We're in our what we're doing right.
Okay, so what did you do right this week, Lisa?
Well, I'm gonna go with I finally bought a bike. I've been wanting to buy a road bike for like the past year because I have a mountain bike, and for people who don't bike and who aren't like cool, mountain bikes are super heavy, and when you ride them there's like a noticeable difference. Because last year I went out with a bike gang, um Girls Who Bike, I think the name was, and
You
we were
sure
in
did.
we were in Prospect Park, and it was great, and we were doing the loop. I don't know if you've ever been in Prospect Park, but there's that loop. And I did it like the first 2 times I got through it. I think we did either 3 or 4, and the last time around, bitch, I was just like dragging my ass. I could barely get up. Everybody was zooming past me. I was like, oh my God. And one of the girls, like, she stayed back and like helped me through it. And she's like, oh, you know what it is? Like, you need to get a road bike. You could like look on eBay or like Facebook Marketplace. Like, you could find something. And I didn't know how much bikes were until this journey for looking for a bike began. And I was like, buying a new bike is not for me. So to a used place is where it's going to happen. And I finally got one. And I want to add this little story, this little anecdote. I had a bike. Okay. I had a bike. I picked out a bike. It was like my 12th or 13th birthday. My parents took me down to Roy's bike shop here in Brooklyn, where we still go there. I picked out this like cobalt blue Trek bike. Okay. And I rode it like a couple times. And I was like, oh, my new bike. I love my bike. But then like once I went to high school, like as things happen with girls, like I kind of like fell off with the sports. I wasn't really riding my bike, but it stayed in the house. It stayed by the door. And I went to college. And you know what happened to that bike?
Your mom threw it out, didn't she?
No, even worse.
Yeah.
My little sister had a boyfriend.
She gave it to her boyfriend.
The little boyfriend wanted the bike and they fucking gave it to him. Who knows where this kid is now? Probably dead or in jail.
Why those the two options?
Because he was like weird. I don't know. He was like doing drugs and stuff and cutting school. But like, I was so mad. I never let them forget. I was like, that was my bike that you bought me as a birthday gift. And you gave it away to this fucking stranger who's gone now. They like broke up. And he's out there somewhere with my bike. And I was like always so mad about it. I always bring it up. And he's like, I had a bike. I would have rode my bike if I had a bike, but it was given away. So then my mom gave me her old one because she had 2 bikes. Don't ask me why she had 2 bikes. But she had 2 bikes. I was like, okay, you can have one of mine. But I was like, I want to get my own bike. And I did. That's the story.
That's like when my oldest brother got me a Super Nintendo when I was 4, but yet my younger brother would play it all the time, and so my mom would get him video games for him to play on Super Nintendo, and then one day he just gave it to his best friend. I'm like, bitch.
People taking things and regifting it, like you can't.
And then I think his friend sold it.
I'm sure whatever happened, who knows? This kid probably sold it. I was so mad about it. I was just like, yeah, I bought it myself. I got myself a bike. How about that? Gave it away. It would have been one thing if they threw it out. I'd be like, all right, but you gave it to this little boy. God.
Well, I'm glad that you got your new bike, and I look forward to getting your old bike. And yes, I will bike with you.
My bike is coming unassembled, so we're gonna have to put it together. Either I put it myself together or I bring it to a shop and have them put it together.
I suggest you put it to a shop.
Probably. There's this guy put a video on his website that's like, you can easily put it together. And I told my mom, I'm like, he has a video. It shows you can easily put it together. Like, and she's like, oh no.
Do it, girl. You in danger.
I'm gonna go out like you. Pedal's gonna fall off. Oh no. My wheel came off. Guys, help me. I'm on Ocean Parkway. No.
Hated it. Then I had to return the bike.
Crystal bought a bike from Target last year and we were so excited to ride together. And then the first day she took it outside, the fucking pedal came off. It just clean right off. You found it eventually, but yeah, no, I was like, couldn't ride it. That's dangerous.
Yeah, we couldn't do all that. I could have died.
My dad was like, see, you got to go to a bike shop. See, y'all want to go to Target and Walmart? You got to go to a bike shop. Got to go to a bike shop.
Sorry, Frank. That's all I can say. Sorry, Frank.
He said it to his friend who bought a bike online on like Amazon or something. He was like, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be a good bike. Gotta go to a bike shop. Gotta go to a bike shop. He was like, my dad had rode a bike in like 40 years, but he was like, no. I know about bikes. And that's not a good one.
I believe him. I believe him.
So what did you get right this week?
What did I do? I mean, it's a matter of opinion if I did it right. But what I did this week was I cut my hair. So I'm gonna show you. Those of you who are listening on
Spotify.
Oh yeah, those of you who are on Spotify, you won't be able to see it unless you follow me on Instagram.
I forgot that you cut it because it was in the bun. It's still long enough to put in a bun, so that's cute. And
I can put it in a bun. So I cut my hair. So if you've been watching, my hair was above my shoulder. And before that, my hair used to be down my back, like almost to my butt, basically. Last year. Mm-hmm. So I cut it the other day. I was like, well, I want to cut it shorter. Okay. And so I cut it myself. That's why I said I cut my hair. Like I didn't get my hair cut. I cut my hair. I look cute.
It's cute.
I like it better when it's slicked back. I will show y'all. Again, if you're on Spotify, you won't see it unless you follow me on Instagram. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you get to see it. So my favorite picture of myself, because I'm conceited sometimes.
Yeah.
This is the look that I forever love.
Gorgina.
Giving.
Gorgina George.
Gorgina George. There's this other picture that I wanted to put up, but I did not. What is this one?
Oh, it's like, remember that video of Robert Palmer, like Simply Irresistible? Was that the one with the ladies?
He's so fun. Yes.
You're giving that.
I'm glad I'm giving that. But then I took one with another filter on, and that shit looked fucking hilarious.
But at least it worked out for you. I would never cut my own hair. I would only do like a little trim here or there, but
I think it's because like once I cut it and I was like, oh shit, I was like,
it's just hair, it'll grow back, it's fine.
Yeah, and I was like, if I can't trust myself, who can I trust? So that was that was what I did right. I cut my hair. My daughter is not a fan of me having short hair. What she told me was, stop cutting your hair. You're supposed to be a long-haired person. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Yo, kids really feel away because my hairstylist, she has little girls. And when she was first cutting my hair, they were like, why? But why? And then when I went back this time to get it even shorter, she was like, little girl was like, aren't you afraid you're gonna look like a man? I'm like, but you have short hair. You don't look like a man. And what's so wrong with that? Her dad's like, you know what? Just for that, I should cut all your hair. Everyone's getting a crew cut. But and Amina too. And like when I saw her yesterday, she was like, about your hair. She said something like that, or like, oh, it was at the dance recital. She was like, so what's up with your hair? I was like, what do you mean you don't like it? She's like, yeah, it's fine. Little girls, they were like, no, long hair is what it should be.
Gender is a construct, and it's fine. Now her hair is longer than mine. She can have it. Because she used to cry when she was younger. She's like, oh, I want my hair to be as long as yours. And why does my hair? And I was like, because your hair is magical. And your hair grows to the sky and mine grows to the ground. And that's fine. We both have magical hair. Now, your hair is longer than mine.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
She just got a little blowout. Little baby blowout.
Yeah. Trim the ends. Your hair's still longer than mine. Her hair goes down her back a little bit. She has hang time.
Whenever she gets a blowout, she's like so feeling herself. She's like,
she'll do the Aaliyah. Well, she'll take her hair and she'll put it over her eye, and she's like, "This is how I want to walk, mommy." And like, what doing? But it makes her
Feeling
happy.
herself.
She'll give herself a little side part and then take the hair and put it over her left eye. And she's like,
see,
how I want to
middle
be,
parts are
mommy.
not for everybody. I'm not doing a middle part. I'm sorry, but not everybody look good with a middle part. You got to have the right hair for that and the right, like, everything. My face is not symmetrical. I got a good side and a bad side. This is the good side. This is not the good side. That's why my hair comes over to the good side, so I know. And we successfully completed TFF.
We did successfully.
We worked our other jobs, and did this. And we did it. We completed it. Yay.
Am I gonna do it again? I don't know. Maybe.
I was talking to my therapist about that. I was like, it was kind of a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, but we live in a society where you need money.
Oh, I don't know. Should we just buy a trailer? Because I don't think a house is happening for me.
Maybe we should buy a trailer
What?
and go buy a plot of land.
Listen, I'm about to, because I saw an apartment today and they fucking bamboozled me.
You did tell me that story, and that's shit.
Ocean Drive, talking about those apartments were listed for way cheaper. It was like 1770 and 1800. And then I get there, shows me a studio that was not on the top floor like it was online, talking about 2500. I was like, that's not what it was advertised as. Oh, but this is like, they want to pull like, oh, that's the net effective price. What the fuck does that mean? Or you're like factoring in the 3 months free that you're gonna give me, but what am I really paying? You know what? I was annoyed. It was a really nice apartment, but it was very small. It was a lot. Remember the studio that I used to have? It was much smaller than that. It was like much smaller than that place. That place was like that place is a palace compared to what I saw today. Yeah, girl. Like that apartment, we had room for the couch and the bed and all the other stuff. Mm-hmm. But this, you could fit a bed and a recliner. That's it. It was like the second apartment was super tiny because it had a terrace. The first one was bigger, I think. The first one was bigger, but it was still just like, it was giving like hotel, like bathroom, bed, kitchen. That's it. I don't know. Listen, guys, help us get rich because I don't want to live this way. It's so hard. The neighbors claim they're moving out, but I don't believe it. My neighbors who scream all night long and fight with each other. Just get a divorce already.
They can go torment another neighborhood.
I don't care, but help us out. Listen to us. We want to like do little promotions on here and read ads and get monies. Because life is hard. And one day we're gonna be at TFF. I'm putting it out there. In the universe.
I'm like, hey guys, we used to usher here. Hey.
Oh my God. I know all the little tricks. I know someone is in the usher room right now scarfing down McDonald's. It's fine. I don't care. Or doing something else they shouldn't be doing. That's fine. You can take a picture with me after. What were you gonna say? Taking a 2-hour break.
Taking a break, taking a smoke break in someone else's jacket. Oh, you weren't there when that happened?
Was that last night?
No, it wasn't last night. It was like 2 days ago. Someone went to go take a smoke break, but it was cold, and so she wanted to. It was Friday night, so she put on this other usher's jacket.
It wasn't that cold.
It was cold Friday night. What are you talking about? Or was it Saturday? Saturday night.
It was chilly, but come on.
So she took someone else's like jacket, and then I was like, so you're gonna go smoke a cigarette in this person's jacket? She's like, that'll be fine. And I was like, but it's gonna smell like cigarette now.
She didn't even ask?
No.
Oh my God. I know who this is. There's only one person who would do something so just so boldly. The audacity of it.
What is it that our manager likes to call it whenever she goes
The
and does things?
temerity.
She likes to go rogue.
She does like to go, yo. She really took a random Usher's coat. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Why is she
put it
like
on.
this?
I was like, you're gonna now it's gonna smell like cigarette smoke. It's like it's
It's
fine.
only like
No,
50
it's
degrees
not
out.
fine.
It's fine, Crystal. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, basically. That's basically what she said.
I just gotta smoke my cigarette. Leave me alone. I've been here all day.
Yeah, basically.
I'm tired. My feet hurt. I gotta take these sketches off.
She does love her sketches. She does love her sketches.
Uh,
No, this is actually how she talks. Like that's a very spot on impersonation of her. I do one as well, but I don't have the energy to do it right now.
Nah, we're sleepy now. It's late. We're gonna log off. It's about that time. Maybe we will come up with. What were you gonna say? It's another long one.
2-hour episode.
It's fine.
It's fine. We have a lot to talk about. Baby girl, pay for the zoo. You know what I'm saying?
We got to figure out when that's gonna like conk out on us. But
she paid for the zoo.
I did. We had a lot of things to discuss. We got a lot of things coming up. Saturday, we're gonna celebrate my birthday. No throwing up. Thanks.
You're welcome. I think I stopped drinking, to be quite honest with you.
Did you drink? We drank last night. Did you?
I mean, I drank. Yeah, but I had like one thing, but like, okay, multiple? No.
He put a lot of vodka in that drink.
I didn't put it.
He did.
And I didn't finish it. I gave the rest of it to him.
Oh, okay.
Remember, I took the orange juice and I mixed
it.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm done.
I was like, ooh, that's a hefty pour.
I had a drink on Friday night, but I had one drink. And it got watered down because of the ice. So I'm back to being what I was when I was 21. It's like,
But yeah, Saturday night, going out. Sunday, Pride Parade. We got things maybe coming up. Into it. What do you mean, maybe?
I'm still waiting for them to get back to me.
Do you want to? Should I just do it like with me?
Let's see who responds first. Yes.
I'll just be like, me and my 3 friends and a child, 2 friends and a child need to walk.
Because they didn't respond back yet. But anyways, Pride Parade will be there. So if you're listening to this and you've done your due diligence and you've listened to this before Sunday, we'll be at Pride.
And you want to see us?
Pride, come on down. We would give you our number, but we don't know all of you that
we don't know you like that, guys.
Someone
we don't know you like that.
Hi, Hawaii person.
Who's listening to us in Hawaii? Were you on vacation? Or are you just like living there? Who are you? Can we come visit you? It was like, what was it like? I can't remember the name of it. It was like Kaloa or Kaloa.
I don't know. All I saw was Hawaii, and you saying this is a sign for us to go there.
I think we need to do a show live from Hawaii because we have so many fans. It was like a whole %. So we need a vacation. Hello. I've accumulated like 5 days so far.
I have
20 days. Yes. You some bitch. Let's go somewhere.
I would also have to bring my child. I don't wanna. But I'm gonna. I love her. There's sometimes I just want to go away without her.
Yeah, you just want to have some little adult time. Have some time where you don't have to be like, oh, where's the Uncrustables? I don't know. Is she gonna eat this? Where's the nearest Wendy's?
You have chicken nuggets.
But she doesn't want these chicken nuggets.
She wants these chicken nuggets. Like my goal is to take her around the world, yes, but I would also like to go to places without her. Just being honest, guys, keeping it true to myself. I love her.
Traveling with a child is hard.
Yes,
It's hard.
I've gone to other states with her. I've also left the country with her, but I also had other parents with their child with her. So there were 3 adults, 2 children. And that was helpful. Because then the children entertained each other and I got to hang out with the adults.
I still think that we should all go meet in Disney.
Again?
Like me, you, my Texas family.
Maybe think about it.
Let's go to Disney, guys.
You want to make this at Disney World.
Who's going on the Tower of Terror with us?
We're not doing that again.
It would have been so much fun the first time. I didn't realize it was a free fall, and I took this child on it, and I was like, "It's a Disney ride. How scary could it be?"
This is what I don't understand, and we'll let you go with this. Hopefully, this woman has wanted to go on the Tower of Terror since she was a child. I don't understand till this day how she did not realize it was a free falling ride.
I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know it was going to be like so many like up and down. Like I thought it was just going to drop you and then be over. I didn't know it was like, oh, we're doing this.
What was the point of times. What would be the point of them just dropping you once?
For the atmosphere. They had a whole story, the whole story of it.
But all rides that are like that, even the rides in Coney Island, that the one that goes up and it goes drops.
That's that.
But no, they go up and down. What are you talking about? The yo-yo.
Man, it was like felt it.
And in the picture, you see Amina's crying. I'm trying to calm her down. And Lisa's in the back, just mad calm, like just trying to calm her. Just like this is so great.
She's like, no. It was fun. She had a great time. She would go back again.
She did say as soon as we got off the ride, she's like, I was like, you want to go again? She's like, no, yes, can I go with Lisa? And I was like,
she was like, actually, it was so funny how I was scared, right, guys? I want to do it again.
She got a little pin.
She liked that part. She liked the attention part where like, I survived the Tower of Terror, and they like wrote her name in it and everything. And I was like, that's another little Disney trick. They give you pins if you ask for them. Like she got a special birthday pin, and then she got that pin. Like you gotta know all the
first
little
time at Disney.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And then a girls trip.
Yes. You see how I said New Orleans. I'm putting my request. New Orleans. Gotta go back. Except my Creole. I have nothing Creole, but I love the atmosphere. I respect.
Keep my my makeup brushes in my
Café du Monde.
Yeah.
With the baguettes.
My makeup brushes are only in there because I had a glass thing and my cat broke it because he's a dick.
But yeah, girls trip. You guys can also meet us there if you're a girl. Ha! Or woman presenting.
But not a
woman
guy.
Identifying. No guys.
You have to be fun. The vibes have to be immaculate. Otherwise, hit the fucking bricks.
So until next time, if you celebrate Pride or whatever, if you don't celebrate Pride, I mean, how dare you? Don't be homophobic.
You're homophobic. I was gonna say.
But happy Pride to everyone. To the she's, he's, the days, everyone in between. We love you all. We love it. And if you're in New York City and you happen to be in Pride, we'll see you there, maybe.
We sure will. Come on, fans.
All right. So this has been
Get It Together, girl.
Bye.
Bye.